It's Josie Wales, showing you something I collect, Civil War era photography, and this one here is right before the Civil War. It's 1850s, and this is 1857-ish. It's a case, I think, 1856 to 1857. This one was made, and this one is probably 1854, 53, 55, somewhere around there. This one I paid today. I bought this. Boy, did I get a hell of a deal. I only paid $40 for this, right? And if you open this up and you see this guy, looks like he got a top hat. This is a fireman from 1850s. You see the Benjamin Franklin picture on the top hat, and then you got number 28's by the firehouse, and he's got a tool in his hand. This thing could be worth up to $3 grand. I paid $40 for it. It could go anywhere from $1,500 to $3 grand from the prices I've been checking now. As you see on this one, the matting, I can tell it doesn't match the preserver. Someone may have put a new matting on there. You can see this is more tarnished. It's a thicker type of metal. This is a little bit of different time period too. This is called an acorn cutout. What do you call that? Matting there. This preserver might be a little earlier, I'm thinking. And as you can see, that it seems to be damage on this. I opened it up. I was hoping it wasn't cracked in half because it looked like a crack, but it wasn't. But then there's a little line up top near his face that's called crazing. That and this is like a scratch on it. However, I don't think that totally... I mean, it may take some value out of it. I still say it's worth a heck of a lot more than what I paid for it. I'm going to do some research on this in the next day or two. There's a guy, Bob Lucas, out of Gettysburg, that I'm going to take it to. He does appraisals, and I want to try to see if I'm right about what I'm saying. I was doing some of my own research recently. This guy does auction house stuff, and he'll be able to tell me for sure. Now this over here, I was just looking at this. Look at the intricate designs of the flowers and stuff they had in there, and sometimes they're like little angels and cupids, and I think that's what that is, and different things in there. It's amazing. That was back in 1854 or something. Just the craftsmanship in this. And that's what they are. They're like little cupid. See that? It's got a fire and an arrow in there. It's got some flowers around there. Really cool stuff. Back in the day, they used to do shit like that. And it's got flowers embossed on the outside. A leather-bound case. Now, the thing is it's got a broken spine. I repair them. I have material from that period I can repair that with. This one over here is what's called a union case. And hold on for a second. I had a phone call. I'm trying to film this thing. Anyway, this is called a union case. It's thermoplastic, I've heard it referred to. And I've also heard it gutta percha. But I don't think it's actually true gutta percha. Gutta percha they used on the tops of canes back in the day. And it has a tendency to kind of melt, or like, I don't know, it just wears out and stuff. Different than this, I think. Now, if you open this up, let me open this. Hard to open this with one hand. There we go. Right here, you see this was in there like that. It's a padding, I guess, it was probably a daguerreotype, or actually it might have been an Ambro type, but I don't think it was a tin type that was in there. The reason why is because if you look at the date of the case, look at the date of the case. First off, it's a Littlefield Parson case. Was up in, I think, New England company. And this, I'm not sure, union case, right? Yeah, patented October 14th, 1856, April 21st, 1857. 2 patents for this type of box. This one, I believe, is called like the butterfly hunter or catcher. And you can see it's got I hope you can see that. a little kid chasing a butterfly with a net. Someone else chasing with him fell down on the ground. There's a little teeny butterfly. But again, look at the craftsmanship on these things. It's incredible. A lot of times you'll find the label of the box creator, the guy that made the case. Sometimes the neat thing with this, if you ever collect these, is inside here you may find the person's name scrawled in there in period ink or even pencil, and you find that it's worth a little more. And if it's somebody famous, it's worth a lot more. If you ID a person, I've found some really interesting pictures that were worth some money. And every now and then you'll find lockets of hair in there. Maybe somebody's wife died and they kept a locket behind a picture of them. I one time opened one up, and the lady's name was Fairbanks or something. I can't remember. Sarah Fairbanks. Her ashes were back in here. I'm pretty sure it was her ashes. White powdery stuff fell the hell out of it. Freaked me out. She's blowing around in my house somewhere. I just caught me off guard. Some of it just went blowing right out of the thing. Another thing with these things is, let me show you over here. They had what's called a cutting pad. This is broken. I got to repair this one. Wait a minute. Hold on. A little bit more rough than I wanted. Alright, this spine I can fix, no problem. But sometimes there's what's called a cutting patent. James Cutting did a certain type of Ambro. It's 2 plates of glass with the image in between. And in the corners of this thing, underneath the glass, it was sealed with pine tar, pine pitch, I guess. And what happens, they stopped using that method because little teeny fungus grew in there, and like a mold. And literally, the thing could have mold in there from a couple hundred years, It's amazing that something's still alive in that case. This one doesn't have that, but I've seen it. And if sometimes you'll get it, and the stuff starts to eat away at the picture, but it has to be usually it's up in the corners. It doesn't usually get that bad. At least the ones I've found haven't been too bad. This guy literally got a picture on his hat. I think I said this. Ben Franklin. He invented the fire department down in Philly, I think it was. And 28 is the firehouse. He's got a tool in his hand. That makes the picture more valuable when they have occupational. They call it an occupational picture. When they have some kind of tool or weapon in their hand, worth more. So I did pretty damn good with this image, finding this. And I guess that's about all I need to say about that. Let me think. I guess that's it. But anyway, I just want to show them off a little bit. It was a really good find tonight. I stopped collecting for a little while, and I'm back collecting again. Now's the time to start collecting antiques if you can afford them. I'll tell you why. Because the economy's so bad that people are giving this shit away, and you might get a good deal. They just need money, and people do house clean-outs and find this stuff, and that's what the ones you're going to make the money off of, because they've already got paid to do the house clean-out, and they're just trying to get extra, So they'll sell you something like this for dirt cheap and not do any research. But I knew what it was worth. Anyway, have a good one, YouTube.